So our topic today is about USANA difference. What makes USANA different? Why? Why USANA? You know, of all the many good things in this world that you can share to your friends, it is USANA. Okay? And these are the USANA core values. You know, without values, you really don't have a vision for the company. So most of you know this. It's health, excellence, integrity, community. My department, research and development, focuses on health with excellence. And because we do things transparently with honesty, it has integrity, all for the benefit of the community. So in our department, both research and development and quality control, our mission is to develop and provide the highest quality science-based health products. Okay? There are many products out there, but they're not science-based. So you need people in order to develop and provide these science-based products. So these are some of the scientists of R&D. We have 80 plus, and we are even expanding now because our projects are expanding. So we need more people, more qualified people to work with us in R&D. This is Dr. Sinot in the middle here with our CEO, Kevin Guest, and our president is here also. So, USANA Research, our department uses the newest technology that we can offer. We continuously have research on science, the most up-to-date science that we can hold on, then we can revise our products. Every time, almost every year now, there's a change in the updates on products. So if we find something good, we may revise a product or discontinue a product to make something better. So one of the things that we do in USANA that not many companies, especially dietary supplement companies, do is clinical research. We do it voluntarily. We're not required. But in order to prove our science, we do clinical research. Why? Because we want to prove the efficacy and safety of the product. We want to prove the identity and purity of the ingredients. We also want to see the mechanism of action of the active ingredients. Sometimes there are a lot of questions about mechanism of action, but it's not easy to do that. And then we do this product-specific testing. And of course, we do research, but what is the purpose of research is to publish. If you publish, then you're more credible. And we publish in peer-reviewed journals. Hindi basta-basta journals ang pinagpapublishan namin. Like last year, we have this Journal of Obesity where we studied, we published a fiber product and Nutrimil. We also publish in nutrition and metabolism, and we work with Peking University, which is like the Harvard of China. And then here, there's a study on cell essentials, which we publish in Functional Foods. The good thing is all the tests that we do with our products, they're all positive, everything is great, sometimes you do clinical research and you get nervous that the research may be palpak, negative. But so far, all the testing we did last year, which is record-breaking, we did more than 10 clinical trials last year, and not too many companies do that, and most of them are positive. So there's another one from Nutritional Neuroscience. We studied that brain product with great results, Then we have done research on the skincare products too, both the Celavive regimen and the skin brightening. They all gave great results. Another product, just an example, because you don't have essential oil in Philippines yet, it will be launched in US. It also showed great results. This was done at the Brain Institute at the University of Utah. And another one, we did survey on cell essentials, and we are writing the results to be submitted. And these are examples of the institutions that collaborate with. Right now, for example, we are doing a fiber study with UC Davis, University of California, Davis Department of Nutrition. And another, on the lower right side, you'll see Central Queensland University. We're doing a long-term study with them with a brain product. So these are just examples of universities that we collaborate with. Why do we collaborate with universities? Because it makes sense to make our research credible, because we can do our own research in USANA, which we do. We do our own research before we collaborate with the universities. But if we do our own research without any partner, people will say, especially those competitor institutions or other people will say, oh, they made the research and it's probably manipulated, so it's not valid, it's biased. That's why we opt to do research with these prestigious universities and research organizations. And so I'm repeating, our mission is to develop and provide highest quality science-based products, okay? Very clear, science-based. It's not only buy something, ingredients, and mix it in your bathtub or something and sell it. It's not. So where the action is, where do we do these things? Where do we develop the products? It's inside here in this building, beautiful building that when you fly to Utah, you can see from the airplane on the daytime at least. And then actually we acquired another building on behind it where we can manufacture food products. So it is expanding. And we're lucky that even during the COVID situation, we were allowed to continue operations because USANA was classified as an essential company, providing food products and other essential products. So we talk about quality. When you talk about quality, we talk about so many things. Good manufacturing practices, you talk about materials, formulas, the improvements that you're doing in your facility and the products, as well as monitoring, okay? So without one, if you are manufacturing but you don't have good materials, then it's not quality. You have formulas, but again, the ingredients are bad, it's not quality. You don't monitor your products, it's not high quality either. So all of this should be in there. So this is like, testing materials before they are mixed into finished product. You have to test the ingredient. When we buy ingredients outside, before mixing them, we have to test them. When buying them, we're testing them. Once it arrives in the facility, they're tested again. Once they're put together, they're tested one more time. Once they are scheduled for release, they are tested again. So many testing. And this is one of the mixing machines. It looks small here, but if you're there, it's so big, I don't know, 6 people can fit inside. So this is also manufacturing, They're very meticulous. The surrounding is so clean. I'm sure some of you have been inside the facility and you can see it's really very delicate and clean. So the white floor is really that white, very clean. You cannot see any cockroaches, rats, any mosquito in there. Before you enter, You have to be very careful, wear a certain outfit, you know. I've never seen a clean facility. I work in other companies before, but this one I can really say, not because I work there, but it really makes a difference to see this facility. So we test, microbiologically, the ingredients, even the finished product. We have to make sure that the things you receive, nothing is growing in there. Okay, no bacteria, no fungi. So we monitor and test. And when they're packed, we be careful in packing the products. Everything has to be well packed. Labels are intact. Sealed well, so there are no organisms going in there or bugs. Okay, and they're stocked well before they are delivered to you. At least until the time it gets out of USANA, it's well taken care of. The problem occurs when it's in the mail, and sometimes they leave it in your doorstep and it's too hot or it's too cold, or some dog will, bite on it. So, but before that, everything is well taken care of. So what else is different from USANA? USANA is well recognized here as a very, first class agency. It's FDA registered. It has a lot of certifications, both in the United States and globally. These are just examples. But every country we operate in, we have to have a certificate of compliance. A lot of companies do not pass because they don't have a certificate of compliance. But for us, because we have a very good record, it's very easy for us to get a great passing mark. So if you read the labels of USANA 2, you see there that it's USP grade, United States Pharmacopoeia grade. Okay? Not all products are USP grade. And say you have that certification of USP, this is the state certification. NSF is one of the third-party certifications. It's very strict. NSF is very strict. Just 2 weeks ago, there was an audit by NSF, and everything went well for USANA. NSF, they see the purity of your product. They see the amounts in your product, whether it's in excess. For example, if they measure vitamin C and you claim 500 milligrams, it has to be 500 milligrams, not 510 or 490. Otherwise, it will be not approved. And the whole box of products that you made, if it doesn't pass with NSF, has to be thrown away. Okay? We don't even sell those. We have to be very careful to comply with NSF rules. We can't even donate because who knows, you donate something with the wrong dose, then people get sick, then you're in trouble. So we are very strict with this, dosages of products, okay? So we get all kinds from USANA, GMP certification, sports certification, and many other things. And there are many others like kosher, halal, okay? And USANA is a member of so many. These are just examples, okay? Like in the United States, we have the United Natural Product Alliance. We have the International Alliance of Dietary and Food Supplement Association, American Herbal Products Association, Personal Care Products Council. These are, institutions that are committed to the science and quality of dietary supplements. You have to be compliant with so many things, high quality, GMP, GLP, GCPs, and all those. to be able to be member of these associations. And because our products are high quality, alam nyo na, the athletes are very picky with what they take, right? They have to make sure that there are no prohibited substances in there. So it has to comply with WADA, World Anti-Doping Association. In this photo, I have to add more Filipino athletes. Update it. But yeah, recently we had a collaboration with the United States Ski Association. Recently, they're located here in Park City, Utah, and they give guidelines globally regarding skiing and skate, snowboarding. Well, I met some athletes in Manila last January. They're really awesome. So again, recently we had NSF, a lot of NSF certified sports products. Okay, NSF tests for prohibited substances, and we passed. Okay. And we always are very proud about the potency of our products. When we test them after expiration, they're still great, Great pa rin sila after expiration. Of course, we don't sell them. We don't recycle them, okay? We're just testing them, but potency is really guaranteed, Once it's expired, we get rid of them, okay? Even if they're still okay. And every year we win awards. So many awards. Last year we have so many awards, more than 30 awards. This year, 2020 is not even finished, and meron na tayong more than 20 awards. Both in administration, creativity, the product itself, we won so many awards, Recently, we were recognized, just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we were recognized by Consumer Lab. You probably are familiar with Consumer Lab. They test a lot of dietary supplements, many companies, and they test them side by side, and they see which are the multivitamins and minerals or other supplements that comply, with the quality, purity, and we are Consumer Lab approved. It's not easy to be approved by Consumer Lab. And recently, you probably heard this, in US, the intelligence patent, Essentials, was approved. So this was the patent US 106-32101 B2. It's very difficult to have a patent approved, and our Essentials, the intelligence technology there was approved. So very well, we have been talking about intelligence for some years now. And that our Essentials have 8 ingredients that support several pathways, cell signaling pathways, which we will not talk tonight because it's more, this topic is more for training. And these the 8 ingredients that give the intelligence activities: this alpha lipoic acid, Meriva, curcumin. You're familiar with curcumin. Green tea extract, quercetin, rutin, hesperidin, resveratrol, a special type of olive fruit extract. So these are the ones. And on top of this, that in Essentials, we have all these vitamins and minerals that are selected well to be combined together. And, the intelligence, the approved patent is about the production of endogenous antioxidants, We know also that it helps with cell communication, okay? And mitophagy is a scientific term, but it helps you become youthful. You know, the cells become youthful because of the antioxidant activities. Okay. I hope you're all using Cell Essentials. It's really a great product, and you combine it with some of the other products. They're really great. You know, I'm not saying this because I'm with USANA, but so many people are using these products, and they have excellent results or comments. One thing special about USANA, which I don't have a slide, which I monitor, is the safety monitoring. We have a safety monitoring section in USANA, which is under quality control. And that safety monitoring is also under me. And any complaints related to health, we monitor it, we investigate it, and if it's something serious, we investigate it further. So not all companies have that. We have that in SAP. And fortunately, I'm proud to say that our products have excellent, very excellent record. Okay. So you're probably familiar with this slide, the benefits of cell essentials, you know, about it providing energy, supporting immunity, heart health, brain and nerve, you know, eyes, practically many organ systems in the body are supported by this multivitamin and mineral supplement. So again, USANA is here to stay, you know, USANA is here to develop for you and provide the highest quality science-based products. You know, when the COVID started in March here, you know, quarantine and lockdown started in US around March. So many companies were closed, many offices were closed. Even we were working at home, and I had to go there to check on some, you know, situations or anything that the company needs. But the manufacturing was continuous. Because I mentioned earlier that USANA was classified as an essential company. If you're classified as an essential company, you will not be closed during the lockdown or COVID. So we were fortunate that we were open the whole time, and we were able to supply the demand of the countries, especially Philippines. Congratulations, Philippines. I'm very proud of you because in relation to market income, you are number 2. You're one of the highest after China. You know, so I'm very proud of you, the leadership of Cherry and the rest of Philippine office, plus you all. We thank you for your support. You're all wonderful. I guess you know how to sell the products because iba kasi ang Pinoy masaya, no? And then I see on Facebook, you have all your meetings on Facebook. Some of you post your Zoom meetings. So many of you. So you're really doing well with your business, and I'm happy with it. We are all happy in USANA with it. So, and you probably are familiar with us, the scientists. Mainly, this is compliant for the United States, but there are many content in there that you can read about. You know, you just be careful that there are claims there that are for United States. You may not be able to use it in the Philippines. So it's mostly for your information. But a lot of you ask about research and clinical trials. There's a section there on clinical research, and there's a general list, and then there's a classification by product, and then by place of conduct of research. So when you ask something here, actually it goes to the Ask the Scientist portal, and somebody will get your questions and they can respond to you. So I have a team there, including myself, that respond to questions. Some of you send me questions directly by email. I respond. Hopefully, with all the thousands of emails that I get every day, it doesn't get buried in there. But send an email if you wish. If you have a question, please don't send it on Messenger on Facebook because it's not official. You have to send it to email or to Ask the Scientist, or send it to Marielle and she can send it to us. Okay, I think this is the end. Thank you for listening. This is just an introduction. Some of you have seen some of the slides already, but this is especially for the new associates, just to show how special USANA is. Now, it's not a run-by-night company, you know. Hindi basta-basta. I saw it myself. That's why I joined them. And I was lucky to be invited by USANA to join their scientific group. And I'm happy to represent Asia in there, especially Philippines. And hopefully when COVID stops, you can all visit our office in Salt Lake City. You can all visit, and I'll make time to see you all in the lobby or during the tour. Okay. Thank you so much, and I'll hand it over to Marielle for Q&A if there's any question. And she mentioned earlier that if we are not able to answer everything tonight, you can send by email. But thank you again for this opportunity, especially thanks to Philippine office for letting me do this. Whatever we need to do to help you in the Philippine market, in relation to your health, in relation to your business, let us know. Thank you. Maraming salamat. Bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Maddela. So that was a very informative training. So we really learned a lot about USANA, about our company, and hearing all of those certifications from other third-party accreditation bodies. We're really proud to belong to this company. So we've been seeing some questions here in our group chat. So I know that you're very much welcome to answer these questions. Doc, one question that we have seen in our group chat is that we all know that our products, like the Cell Essentials and some of the other products, have undergone rigorous testings of safety. But there is one question. Can we experience like side effects from our products?
Very, very rarely, you know. Like some of them they don't follow instruction. Like there was one client that gave a complaint that he had difficulty swallowing. Apat ba naman ang nilulong sabay-sabay? So you just have to, or sometimes, you know, very rare that people have sensitivity. For example, somebody called and said, "Oh, I'm very itchy," and with further investigation, it was found out that she has allergy to olive. Alam mo naman, cell siya is olive, diba? There was another one that was sensitive to allergy seaweed. Well, we know that Essentials has that Meriva. You know, Meriva is the right. So it's very rare, very rare. You know, most of the time the people are not taking it correctly. You know. Yeah, I
Yes.
became, well, because you swallowed it too fast and you drank 8 ounces of water. Even water can make you dizzy when you are drinking fast. Sometimes it's just a matter of following instructions, you know. But there are others, like very rare, like skin products, sensitivity. Well, it's common with any skin product. Very rare with ours. Okay. So when I talk about side effects, when it comes to the office, we have to be uh, vigilant in investigating what really happened. Okay, we cannot make conclusions immediately. We have to really investigate what is the root cause of that complaint. Okay, I have a headache, they say, and then you investigate later. Oh, it's okay now. Maybe I had a headache because it was too hot. I went jogging and it was 100 degrees outside. When you follow up, most of the time it's not related to the product at all. Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, so sometimes you will experience this to add lang sa answer ni Dr. Maddela, you will really experience some effects if you're not really following the recommended dosage, 'di ba? And sometimes there are allergies for certain people, so effect may vary depending on the nature of the person taking our product. So depende talaga siya. Doc, we've been seeing a lot of questions about diseases or taking any medications. So what can you advise to them? Would they are they going to take our products without consulting their physician na pwede na nilang i-take nila agad-agad even though meron sila na underlying medical conditions or they're taking maintenance or any medications? What can you advise to them?
Okay. So, well, you know already that our products are food products or dietary supplements, right? So they are not, as per regulation, they are not intended to treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. Okay? But we receive so many stories about people took this and I improve and all this. But the best thing, if you are not a health professional, the best thing is really, well, first of all, our products are really not harmful because they're considered food and they're supplements. But secondly, it's best to consult your health professional if you have sickness, okay? Like anemia or whatever sickness you have. Because uh, sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, sometimes some of the supplements may interact with the medication that you are taking, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, like we have a vitamin here called vitamin K. There are some preparations that have vitamin K, for example, and some people say that it might interact with blood thinners like warfarin, heparin. So you have to be careful with that. But most of the time, as we can see, it does not. But it's better to work with your physician. And a lot, when I came to Philippines, ang daming doctor and nurses dyan, taking USANA. So you can consult with them. That's different. If you're not a health professional, you cannot really freely use this with medication or decide on your own. But if you're a health professional like doctors, I told them when I came to Philippines, maraming doktor dyan. Because you have training, you have the right, because you are practicing physician, you have a license, you have the right to decide what is best for your patients. If you're a doctor and an associate at the same time, you think that combining the multivitamin and mineral with your patient's condition is okay, that you're free to do that because you are a health professional. Okay, but In United States too. United States, the health professionals who are also using USANA, they have to study still what would be the interaction of this product with the condition of my patient or the medication that they are taking. Okay, but most of the time the feedbacks I get are very good, very good. But we cannot tell those stories in our website. There because regulatory law, the laws do not allow us to claim any treatment of illnesses or diseases. No matter what fantastic story you say, it just stays with you and the client that improved. Okay.
Thank you very much, Doc. So ayan guys, you heard it from Dr. Maddela. Before taking any of our products, if you have any underlying conditions or taking any medications, please consult your physician kasi sila talaga yung nakakaalam kung ano ba yung nararapat for you to take and kung merong interactions or there are some things that we need to consider. So you heard it from Dr. Maddela. Doc, another question that we've been receiving is that are there any studies to prove that our products do not damage the kidneys and the liver? Kasi as we all know, when you take the products religiously, like for years now, can they have effect on our kidneys or liver? Do we have any say about that?
See, when we do clinical trials, whether short term or long term, part of it is not just studying the effectivity or efficacy of the product. A major part of the study is safety. What do we mean by safety? We measure the parameters of the kidney, we measure the parameter of the liver, the RBC, WBC, all those kinds of testing that are standard for safety. And so far, we have not seen anything that would suggest that it has negative effect on liver or kidneys, especially those who start normal and continue the products, they're still okay, It's different if you have a kidney disease already. Then you really have to monitor every 2 weeks, every month. You have to monitor, because when you have kidney disease, anything that you put in there, even food, can affect the kidneys, right? So more so if you're taking medicine or dietary supplements. But what I'm telling is the clinical trials that we do suggest that there are no negative effects based on the laboratory tests that we do. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Doc. So yes, you said.
What would be a negative effect of these supplements that most of them are within the RDA, most of them. And most of the ingredients that are thousands of RDA are all water-soluble vitamins that if you don't use it, you excrete it, right? So they don't accumulate in the body. Many of our fat-soluble vitamins are within the recommended doses. We do not exceed upper tolerable limits in our ingredients. If you don't, you probably know what upper tolerable limits are. We call them UL. This is the dose that we cannot exceed. Otherwise, science has proven that it may cause problems. So we don't go beyond ULs.
Yeah. So as long as you're following the recommended dosage of our products, then we are not expecting any effects as long as we follow the recommended dosage. So, Doc, another question is that there are some information that have been really circulating. That is it true that USANA products do not have overdose? Like if you take a lot of products, nothing will happen to you. When you're not following the recommended dosage, like the recommended dosage would be 4 times a day for cell essentials. Here in the Philippines, our recommended dosage would be 2 to 4 times a day. So I wanted to be super healthy since our products are safe and the ingredients are ang gaganda, diba? Can I take it like, I wanted to take it at least 8 times a day? So, may overdosing ba tayo dito, Doc?
You have to follow the recommended dose, because beyond that, it will not help anymore. Okay, it will just be wasted if you take more than the recommended dose. Why do you need to take a recommended dose? Because you are also eating food. These multivitamins you add to food, they add together, then you are able to fulfill your dietary requirements per day, you know? It's just like the Celaviv, right? Pahid-pahid lang naman, kahit isalpak mo lahat yung Celaviv dyan, it's not recommended because you're just wasting the cream, right? The same thing with vitamins. If it says 4 tablets a day, just take 4 tablets a day. Otherwise, it will be wasted. But if you work with a doctor, the doctor will say, I think you should take 6 tablets because I measured your blood level and you have a low level of XXX. Oh, okay, well, sinabi ng doctor yun, and then your blood levels were also tested and they were deemed to be low, then you have the right to increase it with approval of the health professional. But if you're just taking it to maintain health, you're not feeling anything really bad, and you just want to maintain health, just take the recommended dose. If you take the recommended dose, then there's no overdose. Okay?
Thank you very much, Doc. So, another question, Doc, that is, if our cell essentials are really good, we have multivitamins, mineral, and antioxidants in it. So, why do we still have optimizers? Can we just have the cell essentials alone and focus more on it? Why do we still have other products?
Well, the optimizers, like for example, body rocks or some additional antioxidants, right? They may help, especially if you're under stress so much, or you have been exposed to something like your place is overpolluted. There's stress, or you might have been exposed to somebody colds, and then you might want to take more vitamin C to support your immunity, something like that. That's why we have optimizers, like additional antioxidants to decrease the what they call those radicals in the body, so.
Yeah, so thank you, Doc. So in additional to our cell essentials, we have our optimizers, diba? From the name itself, optimizer. So that we add support to our body. So, Doc, an additional support for our body. So another question, Doc, is that here in the Philippines, our cell essentials do not contain iron. And we do not have any product here in the Philippines that is rich in iron. Why do we do not have any products like that?
Kasi depende yan. It depends on the regulation of the country. Okay? So, sometimes cell essentials is modified or other products are modified in a way to suit the regulations of the country. So in that way, if you need additional iron, then you have to take another iron tablet if our products do not have. United States, we have iron products. Okay? So, yeah, unfortunately, in some countries, there are ingredients that are modified. Okay? But the quality of the product is not compromised. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Doc. And to add to that,
iron, you have to look for other sources of iron. In Philippines, mga kamote tops dyan.
Yes, tama ka dyan,
Great
Doc.
source of iron, what else?
And to add to that, diba, when you guys search sa askthescientist.com, as mentioned by Dr. Maddela, you can actually ask questions doon. And some of our questions will be answered. Actually, in Cell Essentials, there's a question there, why does Cell Essentials does not have iron? And the answer would be, some of the food we eat, some of our meals already contain much iron.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's why one of the reasons why we do not have iron in some of our products here in Yasana. So thank you very
Yeah,
much, Doc.
exactly. Because iron deficiency, pag sumobra naman, that's a problem. Okay, you can have diarrhea, you can have other problems with it. So,
Yes. Thank you, Doc. So, another question. This would be our last question kasi we're only few
pass ka
minutes
ba?
before
Anong oras?
11.
Yes,
It's
okay.
10:53 a.m., Doc. So, only
Okay.
a few minutes before 11. So, one question that we have is that product sold per country is based on specific product requirements. So, for example, here in the Philippines, of course, our ingredients, the label, are all based on the regulations here in the Philippines. For example, I am a Filipino living in Australia. Can I take the products in Australia with the recommended dosage? Because as far as I know, the products here in the Philippines are formulated depending on the recommended dietary allowances of the Filipinos. Because that's what we follow here. So, as a Filipino, can I take the products in other countries? Because they have different recommended dietary allowances. What's your say about this, Doc?
Yeah, but the RDA, they don't vary too much, you know? So even if you take our products here, for example, you know, you have a different RDA there, we have a different RDA here, but it's okay, you know, it does not matter really. It doesn't matter. The RDA differences are not that big to cause so much problem. If somebody in Philippines will take a product from US or they take a product from Australia, but it's okay. But most of the essential products are in Philippines, so why buy from here? Right? Don't you products in Philippines? You know, especially the immune support products. They're you don't need to buy from here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that question is from one of our associates living abroad. So guys, you can from Doc Maddela, you can take any of the products in any market of USANA. Just make sure that these are all from USANA and you're not purchasing from any other market that is not recommended by USANA. So Doc,
And take the recommended dose. Okay,
yes,
to exceed. Yeah.
pasok lang tayo lagi sa recommended dosage. If you have any other underlying conditions, medical conditions, taking any medications, always consult your physician. And no matter how safe the products are, no matter how we study the products, if you will not follow the recommended dosage, then sometimes we might feel something different. And results may vary from person to person. So you may have hypersensitivity to this one. This person may not have hypersensitivity. So it really depends on the person taking the products. And the best advice.
Every person is unique. You know, like some. Speaking of medication, for example, okay, some people respond to aspirin better than acetaminophen. Some respond to acetaminophen, so it's than aspirin. So it's each person has a different response to these supplements that we have. With so essentials, for example, some people they feel the effect in good effect in 1 week. Some they have to wait for 1 month. Some in 2 months. So it depends on the person because each of us have a different genetic makeup and physiologic makeup. So yeah.
Yes. So iba-iba tayo guys. So you cannot compare the results for you sa results ng iba. Hindi mo rin naman pwedeng sabihin na experience niya is may experience na din. So it really varies. So depende sa tao. So thank you very much Dr. Maddela for conducting this show over the world. So we're very privileged to have you this morning. So Doc, any words for our participants before we end?
Well, again, thank you for being with you all. And hopefully, we have so many wonderful products that you don't have yet in Philippines. So hopefully, you can have them also soon. But in the meantime, everything that you have there is great. And if you have any questions, really send us an email, sometimes it's better that it goes through us, the scientists, because if you email me directly, when I see it, I respond. But because I tell you, I receive thousands of emails. But you remind me after 3 days if I don't respond. You have to understand that I respond to so many emails. And for it not to be lost, follow up. So maraming salamat, and hopefully you enjoyed and learned so many things today, at least for the new ones. I know the old associates probably sama na sa mga what is different in USANA, but the new ones
Doc,
enjoyed
appreciate mo
it.
talaga.
Okay.
Salamat po uli on behalf of USANA Philippines, Doc Maddela, and our thousands of associates who listen to you today. Marami pong salamat sa time na binigay niya.
Welcome, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Maddela. So if you would want to hear more from Dr. Maddela, next Wednesday, that would be on July 29th. So he would still be our speaker for supporting your immune system. So same time next week. So that would be supporting your immune system with Dr. Rolando Maddela. So the following week after that, so we have another training, of course, the science behind USANA Tel with Cajun Ko, the Director for Product Development. So same time again, August 5, 2020, that would be at 10 a.m. with Cajun Ko, the Product Development Director of USANA. So, and for the last episode of our Ask the Scientist, so we have Dr. Rolando Maddela, again, the Preventive Landscape, that would be on August 12 at 10 a.m. So all of this poster will be posted on the Facebook page of USANA Philippines. So please like and follow our page. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Maddela. So I hope we will see you again in our next trainings as the scientist. So thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye!
Bye, everyone.